Nap time has been quite a work. We started with a concept, just the name. Started with a joke, Save the Nap Foundation, because we were in the military and we were looking at a lot of things. When we were stationed in Hawaii, we got a rather large check, and I was asked, what would you like to have if you could have anything you want? Well, I wanted a parrot. I've always wanted a parrot. I love animals, always have. I wanted a pirate parrot to sit on my shoulder. So we went downtown Honolulu and we started looking, and we came across a feed and seed store. And we went in because they had a lot of Christmas decorations that you don't see a lot in Hawaii. And you could hear birds in the back. And so we went on back there, and they were just a number of them squished into little bitty cages. I took the one that bit me and drew blood. I've always liked animals with character. Charlie had a lot of character, and that's where we started. Cass is an African gray, a Congo African gray. I have no idea exactly how old he is. He has been with me for 7 years. Cass was kept in a filling station downtown Detroit in a small cage on top of a pop machine. And the guys who had him managed somehow to slam the door of that pop machine on Cass's wing. And it crushed the wing. And they let it heal that way, so he was dragging his wing. Cass has had 6 surgeries. Cass will never fly. He has half of a wing now, and a whole wing on the other side. When he first arrived here, if you got within 2 feet of his cage, he would throw himself on his back in the far corner, put his feet in the air, and scream. And that is a fight or flight response, and that is a bird's last act before dying. Cass was quite phobic when he arrived, and he has come quite a ways. You can now rub Cassie's toes. I can trim Cass's toenails through the bars in his cage, and he will allow me. He will change feet when I tell him to. He's doing very well on that one. Next bird I'd like to tell you about is Big Bird. Big Bird is a 70-plus-year-old macaw. He's a green-winged macaw. When Big Bird came in, he looked to be dead. He couldn't walk. He couldn't eat on his own. We hand-fed him, and we force-fed him at the beginning. I don't know how many people told me to put that bird to sleep, that it was just cruel to keep him alive. We continued working with him, and we did physical therapy, and we got him to Dr. Bankstall. Dr. Bankstall's my avian vet. And he put him on an experimental medication. His white count was just enormously high. It was off the charts. And we couldn't find out what was causing it. This new medication, Monlorin, brought that white count down, and Big Bird began to be able to move around a little bit. We were still having to hand feed him, so he lived right down here with us. And we hand fed him, took care of all of his needs, rubbed his feet. Big Bird has scoliosis. He has flat feet. His feet don't grasp a perch. But when he first came in, his feet were entirely seized, just totally rigid. You could not bend those toes. He has a big knot on the top of his head that has reduced immensely since he's been here. It's about half the size it was. Big Bird has a torn eyelid, but Big Bird seems to remember the strong young bird that he used to be, and he seems to be working towards that. He's even been known to get out of his cage and go to visit the girl next door, who is another 70-year-old green-winged macaw. And that's his girlfriend, Girly Girl. He gets very upset if you move her. So we can't do that. Oh, yeah, don't pay too much attention to her. then he is upset. But Big Bird's a good guy. He's doing very well. September, what was the date? September the 4th, 2005, Larry and I left Warren, Michigan for New Orleans to assist with 911 parrot alert and saving the birds. There were no parrot rescues down there. There were animal rescues that helped dogs and cats and that sort of thing. There were horse rescues, there were cow rescues, but there were no bird rescues.